Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Me and Molson Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Me and Molson on Amazon. Double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Selena Gomez, based on the life of King David, including 30 exquisite paintings, King David Psalms. Check out The Sweet Psalmist on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Selena Gomez. Also check out the Mike Wagner Show, MikeWagnerShow.com. 40 podcast platforms, heard over 100 countries. Check it out today. We're here with 4 of the 5 amazing ladies, all girl group based in Malibu, California, formed as a vocal group of friends from all different musical backgrounds, and sang background vocals for Anders Osborne at New Orleans Jazz Fest in front of 24,000 people. And we've got 4 of the 5 with us. One of them is not able to make it today, and they're here to talk about David Bowie and dedicated to a wonderful singer along with some others. Live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studios in the heart of Malibu, California, Los Angeles County, and more. The 5-woman all-girl group based in Malibu, California, formed as a girl group of all different backgrounds. We have got Sande Alessi, we got Gina Marcione, we got Windy Wagner, Sharon Woods. Shannon Ggem is not going to be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented, the Lake Sirens. Ladies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for the introduction.
Hello. You can all say hello. It's okay. I only got 3 or 4 of you to say hello. There you go. All right. Now we got together. So we want all of you to join in. Although we're missing one member, we want all of you to join. So here, 5-woman all-girl group based in Malibu, California, formed as a vocal group of friends from all different backgrounds. You guys sang background vocals for Anders Osborne at the New Orleans Jazz Fest in front of 24,000 people. And we also talk about your latest David Bowie. You also had some couple of singles. And before getting all that, ladies, tell us how you all first got started and coming together as Lake Sirens.
Gina, you want to tell the story?
Sure, no problem. We all live in this cool community on a lake near Malibu. And we were sitting around a bonfire, kind of going back and forth, harmonizing, drinking wine. Had a lot to do with it too. One night it was a Halloween party. We decided to go up on stage. Windy is a professional singer. She's actually the only professional singer out of all of us. And we kind of came up on stage with her, just singing some cover tunes. And we thought, wow, how fun that would be to get together and start singing together and doing some cover songs. And little by little, it turned into us writing our own songs and singing and recording. And now we have 3 songs under our belt. And our latest song is David Bowie.
One of my personal favorites. That is one of my personal favorites. And how did all 5 of you first meet?
Well, Sandy, you can tell that one. Sandy, we can't hear you. Are you on there?
I think there's some technical issues. Okay, do we get Sandy?
Okay. So Sandy and I met more than about 20 years ago because our kids went to school together and we met when they were like babies. And I knew Sandy that long. And then I moved to the lake about 12 years ago. And I think I met Gina first. And then, I met Sharon. Then I met Shannon much later. And it's a really tight community. It's a really amazing place. It's kind of like a modern day Andy Griffith kind of, Mayberry-ish kind of a place where everybody's very connected and tight. And there's a lot of like amazing parties and social events that happen that Sandy would invite me to. And that's how I got to know the rest of the girls. And because we're in 2 different like communities, they live on the lake. We live in the mountain behind the lake, and we kind of mesh, the communities mesh. And so we got to know each other that way.
Okay. All right. And Sandy, are you with us now?
Can you hear me? I don't know.
Now you got it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So ladies, feel free to jump in and let's go over individually here. We're going to go with, let's see, Sande Alessi. We're going to start with you. You're Hoboken, New Jersey resident. You appeared in Seinfeld as a waitress, and you ran Extras Candy Company in Los Angeles, including Fight Club, Oppenheimer, and more. And tell us how you first got started.
First got started at the Sirens, or are you talking about, what are you talking about?
Just way back, way back.
Way back in the day? How I got into my business, you mean?
Correct. Yeah, way back. Then you
Okay.
go into singing. Yes, way back.
Okay,
Way
I'll
back,
do
Machine
that.
Sherman.
All right. So I actually started in the music business for a little while, and I worked at a little record company, and I wasn't really thrilled with the position that I had, and decided I wanted to get into film, and I worked as an extra so I could learn what crew position. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. I just wanted to, get on the crew, and I didn't know what job I wanted, so I did extra work just to kind of find my way. And I decided that casting is like, it's different every day. It's like shopping, and you don't have to stand on set all night in the, freezing cold or in the rain. You get to just, come and go. And yeah, I've been doing it for a long time now. I've been doing it for almost 30 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's a long time. It's great.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career?
What is the moment? Well, I was an extra on Seinfeld, and and when I would work on Seinfeld, I asked everyone, "How much money do you make? How did you get this job? What is your job like? Are there a lot of women in this position?" I wanted to know everything, so I don't know. I just thought I started to intern at a casting company, and I really loved it because I have a lot of ADHD, and it really suits me because every single day I need something else. Like one day I need someone who could burp the loudest. Then I'm just trying to think of what I'm working on now. I need people to scream with a torture device in their mouth. I have sleaze balls. I did a big presentation yesterday, and it was all sleaze balls. And it's not the first time I've done sleaze balls, but it's always fun. I love it.
Sleaze balls, I think of space balls. I don't know why. So.
Yeah, all of it. I did the whole, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I was thinking on Seinfeld, the answer we'll probably give was yada yada yada. So
I think I was on that one.
oh, there you go. I remember a Seinfeld bit before he became big. He was in an American Express commercial, and he was on a plane. He was like getting ready to fly, and they asked him, "Yeah, can you do this?" He goes, "Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can
Oh
do
yeah.
that. How am I going to do that?"
Oh yeah. There's a lot of actors that say that.
Oh yeah, and just like yada 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 too. And besides Seinfeld, who are some of your favorite artists and singers, actors, and musicians and other pros growing up?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love David Bowie. Um, I've worked with so many actors that have been so kind. Like my recent boss is Jason Momoa. He is wonderful. The whole Seinfeld crew was amazing. There are so many great people in the industry, and they're real people, which is kind of stunning. And you know, so I mean, there's just so many I can't even list. I don't even know how to list, but. Anyway, I'm a big giant fan of an artist, Windy Wagner. She's phenomenal.
Yes, very phenomenal. We'll get that part in just a minute here. Yeah, so we'll talk about the amazing Windy Wagner, but going down Shannon Ggem, interior design, and spanning 2 decades, and acclaimed winner, and she's unfortunately not going to be with us. But let's move on to Gina Marcione. Hope I got that right. LA native. Your dad's a TV director. Studied architecture and wine and cheese and everything like that. And Gina, tell us how you first got started.
So I studied architecture. I grew up in the Valley. My father was a television director for NBC. He loved cooking when he wasn't, on a show. And so I grew up in this giant culinary background, but I loved good architecture. And I did a study abroad program in Italy and ended up dropping out of school. But I really, that's when I fell in love with food, was living in Italy, and I fell in love with wine. And my dad had just retired from television directing, and they opened up a little restaurant. And I thought that he was absolutely out of his mind.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, completely crazy, director gone chef. And I moved back from Italy and helped work at the restaurant. And I am still there doing it now for 20 years.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, really cool. I'm in kind of Malibu, Calabasas area. So catering for Ozzy Osbourne, Kardashians, and all these different celebrities out there. I'm, of course, have my hair net on even right now. I just got off work, so I am very hands-on. And I really love what I do. I get to talk to different people all day long, and it's like having a party every single day.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me ask you, cater for Ozzy Osbourne. What's his favorite food? And let me guess, bird head.
Fat head.
Well, he's eaten doves before too, bats and countless. I'm sure. I mean, he's not cheap, that's for sure.
Well, I know his favorite wine is he loves rosé.
He's light on the wine.
Yeah, heavy on the bat, light on the wine.
I thought it was burritos because I remember watching the Osborne. He yells, "Sharon, where's my burrito?"
I had an opportunity to go into their house and cater there, and just this whole giant wall of gold records. And he like came up to me and he's like, "Hey, you want to go down to my studio?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So I went down to the basement, and it was so cool. He had this chair made out of bones.
Oh my goodness.
But right next to it were little doilies with tea sets. So it was like Sharon's like cute little doily English set with bones. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I gotta be there to see it. And of course, we have the brand new member of the Lake Sirens. We've got Sharon Woods, newest member, born and raised in Canada, CEO of a technology company. How'd you first get started?
Well, good question. No, I came from a family of entrepreneurs. So I started at a very young age. If I wasn't in school, I was in the business. So I started working for a technology firm at 19. And these two older guys were in telecom and they hired me. And so I ran their business, got to go, learn the business, learn the industry. And 10 years into the job, I took over the company. So they retired. I took over the business. A couple years later, I raised some money and I bought the business. So I've been the president CEO for 23 years. And
okay.
I've been doing that for a while. So it was kind of a big deal to take over the business. It wasn't as easy as just raising the money. It was difficult as a young woman to be working in a male-dominated industry. We, all the senior guys were men, and they were wondering why this young chickadee was in there running the show. And so I had to kind of clean house when I took over as well. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And was there one precise moment that simply influenced you, what you do in the rest of your career?
I mean, the biggest thing was making the decision of I'm either out or I'm fully in. I had to either leave the company or I had to take it over because it was at that transitioning point that was necessary. So it was a little bit of a takeover. Okay. And that was a big deal for me. I was married, starting my family. I had, 2 little ones at home, just gave birth to my 3rd child. So
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, as a woman and taking that over, especially in that industry, it's something I'm really proud of. So now, almost 25 years later, I can say that we are still chugging along. And now my son works for me. So
it's amazing. Wow. And how did you first get involved with singing?
Well, this group of gals are amazing. Can I just say that I am so lucky to call them some of my closest best friends? And they are my mentors. I mean, every single one of them are so talented in so many ways. And I was a huge fan since their inception. I was like a fan. I knew every song. I knew everything they did. I was there following along and supporting. And then with the changes to the group, it was actually Sandy came up to me and she said, "Hey, what do you think? Would you be interested?" And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure that I could add value to you guys. I'm intimidated by their talent. They're amazing." And it was like, well, I mean, let me just get out of my comfort zone, think outside of the box. These women, I feel safe with them. They're empowering, they're powerful. And I thought, we're middle-aged women at this point. And, 25 years ago when I took over the business didn't stop me. So what's stopping me now? And I was just really proud to say, yeah, let me join. And it's been so great. I love them. There's so much. We are such a good group. We work so well together. There's so much support, so much community, so much talent. So
Oh my
God,
gosh,
we
that's
love
amazing.
having you too. We love having you.
Amazing. It was the icing on the cake.
There
Totally.
you go. Yes, yes. And who are some of your favorite singers growing up? Sharon.
Oh, growing up, we were just talking about this. I think we were talking about like Billy Joel. Interesting, like some of the singers in the Beatles, I think it was the Red Album and the White Album. I mean, that's dating us, but those were some of the first albums I really had as a kid, and thinking back to some of this talent. So, Steve Perry, like how can we, there's so many. So many.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all lived through it, I'll tell you. Yes.
Right? Yeah, the best music.
And certainly did. And we'll get to the ringleader of the group, the Lake Sirens, Windy Wagner, and get to David Bowie and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at SoundCloudStudios.com for all your needs. Click on a professional website without breaking your budget. SoundCloud Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960 or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love it first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has got great reviews. And Eve 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Jordan Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. 4 Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Sweet Psalms by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, including 30 exquisite paintings. King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalms gives a new perspective. David, through the Psalms he wrote, his time as a shepherd growing up and his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show, MikeWagnerShow.com. 40 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Heard in 100 countries. Follow us on all social medias and check on Spreaker, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeart, YouTube, and more for great gift ideas. Check out Amazon.com. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Make great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles, cool merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with 4 amazing ladies of the 5-women all-girl group based in Malibu, California. Lake Sirens here on the Mike Wagner Show as Sandy, Sharon, and Gina. Now, the ringleader of the group, Windy Wagner. Windy, tell us how you first got started.
Oh, I've been a singer since I was born, really. So that's kind of what I've always wanted to be and what I tried to be. But my dad was a singer, professional singer. So growing up, I had music all around me. And then, yeah, I mean, I was in the LA Children's Choir. very young. Then we turned into the Disney choir, and I was the soloist for 4 years. Then I went into a band for 10 years with my brother. And then I got signed to Polygram for a record deal while I was working at CAA for
Hmm.
7 years. Yes, I was an executive assistant there. And so I kind of learned how to do business. I never went to school, but I learned how to do business through working at that amazing talent agency. They were really incredible. And then I started singing professionally, and I'm 27 years into it.
Nice. And you also sang with Barbara Streisand, Selena Gomez, Britney Spears, and just a handful of people.
Yeah, yeah. So I get hired to sing on different projects, and whether it be film, television, records, tours, whatever it might be. That's why I'm in a hotel today because I have a performance tomorrow morning with a mini gospel choir for a Martin Luther King thing they're doing. So it's like you don't know what you're doing from day to day. Sometimes it can be voiceovers, sometimes it can be, kids animation, sometimes it can be rock and roll. It just depends on what it is.
Certainly did. And was it one precise moment that simply influenced you what you do in the rest of your career?
Well, again, I don't remember not being a singer. I literally can't remember. Like my first performance that I did, I was 5. So like I don't remember a day when I wasn't singing. So there wasn't like a pivotal moment, but I think when I became professional and I left CAA, it was a very hard thing to do because I made a lot of money at CAA and I was very young. I started there at 19 and was making crazy money, and it was amazing. It was a very different experience. I grew up in the valley, not a great part of the valley. We're very poor, and I'm working in Beverly Hills with some of the most richest, famous people in the world. And it was a very big culture shock for me, but it was really cool. And I'm so grateful for it. But I think when I left to be a professional, my first year, I made $5,000 as a singer.
Wow, amazing.
And well, it wasn't amazing because I was used to making over $100,000 a year as an assistant. So to me,
Well, for singing, that's good. Some people start off, 50, $100, $200. First one, 5,000, I would take it. Some people just like, maybe if they're lucky, get like a buck, like, dropping a coffee can or something.
So that's the thing is that you're going from like a successful career, which was a full time, like 7 days a week. Before people had cell phones, I had a cell phone like attached to me. And this big responsibility going to, oh, I hope someone hires me because I ate mac and cheese for 2 weeks straight. Because $5,000 in Los Angeles, even back then, 27 years ago, is like nothing. That's like you can't do it really. But somehow I did. And by the second year, I was singing for all the big, producers and Diane Warren and David Foster, with those big producers came with the very big jobs, like the Barbara Streisand records and then I became a Disney writer. I'm a Disney songwriter, and so I've had a couple different careers that kind
Oh,
of collide.
wow.
Yeah,
You, you say you're a Disney songwriter. What are some of the Disney songs you wrote?
it's mostly for the Disney Channel and Disney Animation. So
Okay,
no,
God, that was like for the movies. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, so a lot of their shows that they've done, a lot of the big shows. And I was a singer first. I did Hannah Montana for 5 years. And then I got lucky and started writing for them. So I still continue to write for them. And it's amazing. I've always, I think, come from a place where I'm about 15 up here in my head. So it kind of works. And then everybody around the lake, Sandy would have these parties and she would have these bands play and she'd say, get up and sing, get up and sing. And after so many years, I was like, you guys have to come up and sing with me. Let's have fun. Let's make this fun. And they got up there and it was like, bang, like a lightning struck. And then we started jamming and having fun together and just doing cover songs. And we own a recording studio that's kind of attached to, well, it's attached to our house. And we just said, hey, let's record. And that's how it started. That's where we are.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Work with a lot of great people. And of course, you also talk one of the legends as well. You Bowie, get your one of your favorites you have on Spotify right now. Let's talk about some of the couple others like Hard and Blue Star Night. Tell us more about those.
Sand, you want to talk about Hard and Blue Star Night
Yeah.
or Hard?
Well, we decided, we were practicing singing around the fire, having some wine and singing, and then we started to go into the studio and record cover tunes, and we all had our parts and our harmonies, and it was really, really fun. We were just having so much fun with that. And then we decided, let's write a song. And so, in fact, Windy and I were just walking in the hills. We were talking about what are we going to do? And so we thought, why don't we, because, we're like, average age of like 53 years old, and we're just starting out. We're all career women. And now this is, a side thing that we're doing. And we thought, what if we wrote a letter? Like, what if we had a conversation with our teenage self? What would you say to a teenager that you have learned? So that's where Hard came from. And I think it really sends a good message, which is, it's just nothing can be too hard. And that's basically what it is. It's about, it's life. Have fun. And it's nothing is too hard. There's nothing you can't do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
was
certainly,
Sandy's idea.
and certainly did as well too. There's also Blue Star Night, and tell us more about that. One of you can talk about it.
I'll talk about it. Blue Star Night is our Christmas song, and we could have gone so many different routes with it, of being a little kitschy, talking about shopping and baking cookies and like that kind of thing. But we were listening to a few melodies, and we kind of went with this like dark, kind of cerebral feel to it. And we were thinking about what it means to have a Christmas in Los Angeles when it never snows. And what we get here, though, is reflection of Christmas lights on our lake or from the water that like shine the light back at us. So the whole song is kind of about people putting up their own light in bright and sharing that with the community and how that makes us feel. And it's about community and people sharing their light. Illumination.
Yeah. It was a really challenging song because when we started with Hard, we were just trying to learn how to do a basic triad and put three-part harmonies together, and we started very simply. And then when we went to David Bowie, I was like, okay, now I know that they're capable of more, So there was more involvement in the vocal arrangements and a little bit more difficult. The song isn't that easy. It's a little bit more difficult, David Bowie. And then we hit Blue Star Night, which is like a vocal extravaganza. And it's very, very intricate. And these girls just nailed it, knocked it out of the park. And there's a big hallelujah bridge. And we performed it live on New Year's Eve. And it was so fun. These girls are unstoppable.
Oh, that's certainly amazing. It is indeed. And of course, we're going to say something else, guys.
No, we just love the song. It is so fun to sing, and it's just gorgeous. It's a lot of fun.
And then Windy is a singer, and she stretched us to the max.
Yeah.
Like we were just running out of air with these long, long notes, and just
really
cracking
long.
up.
It was really long. They had to hold it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Even longer. It was fun though.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And more about David Bowie with the Lake Sirens in 1 minute. You're listening to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Missing. Also, The Sweet Summits by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David on Amazon. Keyword, Sweet Summits, Serena Wagner. We'll be back with you, Melted Town Lake Sirens, after this time out. We're back with a 5-woman all-girl group based in Malibu, California, the Lake Sirens here on the Mike Wagner Show. It's Sande, Sharon, Gina, and Windy. Unfortunately, Shannon's not able to join us tonight. And let's talk about the big hit that's been all over David Bowie and more about that legend and what inspired you to write about David Bowie.
Oh, that's a fun one. Who wants to talk about that?
Well, it started to go in another direct. We were kind of tossing ideas around, and we wanted to do a tribute to David Bowie and honor David Bowie. And there's a lot of references in the song, but at the same time, we wrote a love song. A song about the end of the world and how much love and you would you could be with this person, the last person on earth, and let's just if the world ends, then let's just dance to David Bowie. So it's basically about making the most of it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a pretty good idea. Now I'm going to throw this question out to you guys. What's your number one all-time favorite David Bowie song?
That's a complicated
I
one.
know, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's so many.
There's a lot.
What's
Which
that?
one?
Well, no, I was thinking Let's Dance, but yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of great David Bowie songs.
Yeah, I love Heroes, obviously. I love Starman. There's so many great songs, but I do love the Let's Dance David Bowie era because that's the early 80s.
Ziggy Stardust, girl.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
And Gina, how about you? What's your number one favorite?
Oh, like all of Ziggy Stardust and like all the earlier like David Bowie stuff. But I mean, we can even dabble a little into the Labyrinth and like all his other.
Oh yeah, Labyrinth. Boy, that's a classic. My goodness.
Black Star. His last album.
Incredible.
Remarkable, just remarkable. Tear-jerking, amazingly well done. And I love to see an artist like that just do this full circle and with all of his musicians, and it's artistry. And I really feel anyone from any age can appreciate what he's done.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And certainly did as well too. And Sande, what about you? What's your number one favorite David Bowie song?
Well, it's not about a favorite because the reason why we chose David Bowie, because we tossed around a lot of different artists, is because he has such a wide variety. I mean, his range of songs, they're so unique. I mean, all of them are so unique. And he was also so influential with fashion. He was an actor. I mean, he was everything. So when you listen to our song, you can hear lots of different tributes throughout the whole song.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's a really good point. I'm going to throw mine out there. I've always loved Golden Years, especially in the older days. It just gets my attention like that and just galvanized it watching A Knight's Tale. And that was a hilarious movie. It's like they're playing Golden Years and they just break out into dance at a Renaissance fair. Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. He covers everything. I found this. I hadn't sent it to the girls yet, but I found this online. It says, if you're sad, the earth is 4 billion years old. Yet you managed to be alive at the same time as David Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how do you like that? Oh my goodness.
Isn't that amazing? It's like, think about it. I mean, like everything, like Sande was saying, he covers fashion, he covers film, music. I mean, he was always a performer. So that's why we focused on David Bowie. We were like, if this was the last day on earth and you were with the person you loved, what would you do?
Right, exactly. And there's also China Girl, which being a DJ, I avoid as much as possible. The more popular ones, get into like the deep cuts and everything like that. I love that one. And then of course you got Cat People. Been so long. Was it the second to last track of Let's Dance? I think that was from the movie as well too. Cat People.
Yeah, you could fit right in with the Lake Sirens there, Mike.
Oh yeah, with Cat People that'd be perfect. Well, I mean, I can do character voices and all that, but I'd probably drive everybody away if I tried to sing.
Well, you're a very good fast talker.
Yes.
So I noticed that you do very, very good job. It's not easy to do. So that's my
No.
professional opinion.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I do appreciate that. Maybe in narration, songs, and everything, fast talking narrators. I think that'd be a brand new genre out there. So I come on, at least keep people awake.
Hmm.
So
That's good.
we we just have all that. And if there's other songs that we have not discussed here on the Mike Wagner Show, feel free to talk about those.
Well, we're having a band meeting next week. We're going to discuss what our next venture will be. Adventure will be. So I'm sure we'll have more music to come. But
We've
yeah.
had a very busy year because we
Oh,
started out with doing some work on Anders Osborne's record, and then he asked us to sing background for him opening for the Foo Fighters on the same stage at Jazz Fest.
Oh,
So
wow.
we performed in front of 24,000 people. Now I know Windy Wagner
so
has done this plenty of times. So I've seen her perform at Staples Center, like the biggest venues on earth, and there's my friend. And it's shocking to see her there. And then all of a sudden I was there and
there.
we were there. My friends and I were all there. So it started off by being one song that he wanted us to sing background.
Oh,
Then he
wow.
said, okay, I'm going to have you sing two songs. And so we're like, oh my God, we're going to go to New Orleans. We're going to be on the same stage as the Rolling Stones. And we're going to
Holy
sing.
cow.
Oh, yeah. We're going to sing two songs. We're going to sing background on two songs. And then he said, can you do 9 songs? No, 11 songs. And so we had to practice. And how many, what do we have? Like 3 weeks? So
Barely.
we had to plan our trips. We had to put our own careers on hold. Those of us who have, other businesses. We had to come up with outfits, changes of outfits. We had to come up with all the parts. I mean, Wendy was able to teach us non-professionals all of the parts. We worked a lot. We filmed it. We said, what do we look like? How are we moving? Are we moving too much? Are we moving too little? And we did dress rehearsals, and it
Hard.
was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, it was something. It was really, really, it was a lot of
Oh,
work.
my gosh. It does sound like a lot of great work as well,
And
too. And
then
go
he
ahead. I'm
added a
sorry.
he added a second date. So we did two we did 2 shows.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
we
my
came
gosh.
home and started recording and writing our own material, and we had some personnel changes, and we had some things that, we were dealing with inside the band, and so it took time for us to work it all out, but luckily we stuck it all together and now we have the best combination.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
we do. And the sound.
The
The sound
sound.
is I think it's the best sound.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best sound that we've had.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's got to be amazing as well. And where can we find all your music at, guys?
Everywhere. It's on all the platforms, all of them. It's available, through Spotify, Apple, everything. I think it's like 52 different platforms. And then we have Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram. That's kind of our whole story is on Instagram. And we just started a TikTok, but I think they're banning it anyway. So I don't know what's going on with TikTok. But and we have some content on YouTube. We have to work on that a little bit. But
But the
mostly
oops, sorry, go ahead.
Instagram. Yeah, that's mostly the
Yeah,
whole.
the Instagram is really fun. There's a lot of really fun posts because we're just friends and we're goofballs, and you
It's
can see
zany.
us, out of our comfort zone in all of these different incredible situations. And we did a record release party and we had to practice that, and that was live. And then we had to we just performed another time. I mean, it's just on and on. So
Yeah.
I would say to your listeners to go to our Instagram and follow the Lake Sirens, because there's really funny, kind of ridiculous stuff on there that is enjoyable.
And
Yeah.
that does sound like a lot of fun, ladies. We're here with the Lake Sirens of 500 all-girl group based in Malibu, California. Mike Wagner show with Sande, Sharon, Gina, and Windy as well too. And what else can we expect you off in 2025 and beyond?
That's what we're going to discuss next week. We're not exactly sure. I'm sure we'll do some new music, but we may do a trip, we're not sure. I mean, it's kind of everything is in the open right now, and we really did work incredibly hard this last year. So we took a nice little much needed break, and now we have to get back to putting the pedal down.
And certainly did. You guys are doing a great job here. And who do you consider biggest influences in your career?
My influences range from, what I grew up with of course Steve Perry, Barbra Streisand, and I love new artists. I love Jackson Wooten, who's incredible. I love Katie Lang. I love Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. So it's a big broad spectrum. And of course,
Okay.
Paul McCartney, the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, one of the best in business. And Sharon, how about you? Biggest influences?
Same. Well, I was going to say, I mean, like I said earlier, some of my first albums I had, we're talking about the Beatles and, those same Steve Perry. Yeah, we love all those guys.
And then Gina, how about you?
I don't know. I kind of come from a different background. As the ladies, I really loved all like the punk rock stuff growing up, like Nina Hagen and Susie and the Banshees and Beastie Boys. Currently, I really like Dope Lemon, LCD Sound System, the Idols, stuff like that. So a little bit more alternative stuff.
Gina brings the edge to the Sirens. Gives us that edge.
There you go. And I think that's great. And Sandy, how about you?
I love Metallica, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles. I'm absolutely 100% classic rock girl. I mean, I love pop and a lot of, 70s, 80s, 90s, all of that, especially the Beatles. But I really love classic rock. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, classic rock is playing.
There you go. And cook Izzy some dinner as well, too. Throwing a little past head doves and everything like that. And of course, give me a burrito, Sharon.
Yeah.
And lastly, what's the best advice you all can give at this point? So whoever wants to start.
Sure. I feel like all 5 of us came together because we were like, what do we have to lose? We're going to go out there and perform, and we love each other, and we love being part of this creative circle. And it doesn't matter how old you are, what's going on in your life. If you feel the need to get out there and you want to be a painter, just go do it. Go try it out. And I feel like we've accomplished so much in this little time going to JazzFest. We've written 3 songs. We've performed live. We have an Instagram up. And I'm so proud of all of us. And it's all this cool energy that we put together. And I mean, we're even here with you right now, Mike. So
amazing. Yes. You guys are amazing. And who else can give the best advice at this point?
I would say that Gina nailed it. I mean, completely. And the only thing I could add to that is get outside your comfort zone. Try something that feels uncomfortable because it could be the best thing of your life. And it's good for you. I mean, and singing is so good for you. Singing is just good for the heart, good for the soul, good for the mind. And it's good for you to do things that might be challenging. And then it's just getting out of your comfort zone. I think that's the really good advice. And one last thing, Mike, I would have to say is empower your friends, empower women. And I mean, we're women. I know that's not like a feminist kind of thing. It just, sometimes women can be rough. They could be combative. They can be nitpicky, claws out. But what I've learned with my friends doing this with them is that we come with kindness. We come with empowering. There's no threat. There's no, we support each other, and it's a safe place. So I think that friendship is also another huge thing with this.
And that's so important as well, too. And who else? Windy or Sandy?
Sand, you go first.
Okay. Well, what I learned was, I mean, you could You can watch Netflix, nothing against Netflix, or you can get out and do something that's creative. And, I think that the group of us that are not professional singers, that are shower singers, car singers, fireside singers, Christmas carol singers,
Or closet singers.
closet singers. I think that, I'm sure, because it has been a dream of mine. I've always imagined, could you imagine if I could sing background for someone? Or what if I was in a band and, you just try and practice. And what I've learned is, you can stay home and crochet or get together with your friends and go into the garage and just see what kind of sounds you could make. And you know most of us never dreamed that we would do something like this, and we're learning and we're getting better, we're improving, and we're I mean, I'm astounded how we have improved, and it's just practice and it's fun. And I say, um, everybody should, if you ever had this dream, get together with your friend and make this happen. And since we've done this, I know that I've heard that we've inspired a few other bands here and there of people who are our age or older. And I love the feeling that brings.
That is so amazing. I love that idea. Either Netflix or get out there. I never want to sit down and do Netflix. If I was watching Netflix, I won't be with you guys. That's the thing. So best
Exactly.
part, right? And then Wendy, save the best for last.
Oh, well, I don't know, best for last, but yeah, I mean, I just think they all nailed it. It's the same message. Never would I ever think that we would be doing this, and it has absolutely been the most fun I've ever had with music. And I think when you are a professional, like, you go in and you have to have a certain face on and you have to know what you're doing, and studio time is expensive and you have to be in and out and do your job. And today I was singing with this choir, and one of the sopranos who's exceptional. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, all of these singers are 15. And the head guy said, "Wow, you're incredible," to the soprano, and she said, "It ain't a hobby." And I thought about that, and I went, for 27 years, that's been my life. It still is my life, but with the Sirens, it is so much fun. And I wish we had this recorded, like on video. I wish we had every moment recorded, because it would just be the most epic series that ever was seen, from the good stuff to the bad stuff. But most of it is so fun. And it is about the friendships and the crazy things that we get to do together. And that is really what makes it so, so fun and so special. So
and
get out and do
and
it.
that is a lot of fun. It's so amazing. You guys are all enjoying it. We're here with
Yeah.
the multi-talented Lake Sirens out of Malibu, California. Sande Alessi and Sharon Ggem, unfortunately, not be with us. Gina Marcione, Windy Wagner, and Sharon Woods on the Mike Winter Show. Ladies, a very big thank you time. You guys were just amazing. Looking forward to have all you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Once again, what's the website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
Well,
Gina.
you can just tell Alexa
Yeah.
and she'll play it. And it's on every single platform. So if you have Apple Music or iTunes, you can buy it. And it's everywhere.
And go to our Instagram, which is Lake Sirens on Instagram.
Lake Sirens, right? Is it
The Lake
the
Sirens.
Lake
The
Sirens?
Lake Sirens. And you'll see all five of us.
Yep.
So you can't miss it. Yeah.
All right. We'll certainly check that out. Guys, very big thank you for time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having soon. Keeps us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. We wish all best. And ladies, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
good to see you
Bye-bye.
guys. Good luck tomorrow, Wendy. You're going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you. If I could get through this flu. Yes, thank you.
Oh.